Now, the group that you're talking about, I discovered early on. I was practicing and researching groups and stuff, and it was actually a list of people I want to interview. It was for my podcast. I was like, oh, it's a go-to list of the who's who of the big players in the immigration game. I've been trying to create this kind of group for these kind of groups for like long time, years. It's been almost impossible, other than one person here, one person there, because everyone's too busy or too caught up. What was the secret sauce to get these people? Because everyone in the group is like the big firms and very powerful immigration lawyers. How were you able to get it together? It's like herding cats, as they say about the U.S. Senate. How do you get all these people together?
Well, 20 years ago, in anticipation of an annual conference of AILA in Chicago, I have a friend who is a law practice management consultant, and he had written a book on law practice management, and he himself had started what he would call roundtables. They were targeted toward very big firms, but the concept of a roundtable is something that is familiar. If you've heard of an organization called Vistage, Vistage, Vistage used to be tech, and TEC were the letters, and it stood for the executive committee. Well, this was would have a facilitator and bring together people who were CEOs and structure the experience. So we basically modeled ourselves after this, and so I invited as many people as I could think of, and the list was, if I recall correctly, 35 people to come together for a dinner that didn't conflict with other events of AILA, and you'll get a free book, and we'll talk about forming an organization that would be a self-help organization. And that's what we did. We got, I think, 9 people, maybe, but we just built it from there. And I think if you can put together 5 or 6 who have similar backgrounds in terms of what they practice, so that there's something in common to discuss, you could do it. But there has to be a magnet event, and that's how I do it.
I think, Chicago is next year, and maybe the next generation is going to pop up at this event. So you both, and it'd be great to come to.
There's room for everyone. This is a big field.
Definitely. So many subgroups I identified that I really want to create. Like, there's so many immigration lawyers now who have. I'm sure how much more time you have, but I keep talking with you. But let me know if you got to go. But there's a lot of immigration lawyers, for example, who work as part of non-immigration law firms, or like an aspect of it, and they have their own unique difficulties I've come to realize from interviewing them, talking with them. I always wanted to like kind of get them into a group together, so they can share the ideas that they have. There's people that are solo and they want to grow. There's the aspect there. There's another aspect of immigration lawyers who do side stuff too, like Ruby Powers does law practice management. There's like I've been talking with her recently a lot. There's 4 or 5 of us that practice immigration law, but we have these side immigration law careers that are business management or marketing or my like trade stuff. And so getting us together to talk about how do we take this knowledge we have and use it in a different non B2C business to consumer base, but to business base, help other immigration lawyers. So I have a toolbox. I want to make this system, all these varying groups, but we need discussion leaders. We need all this kind of stuff. And I need more time and just people to help me with it. But I think there's just so much opportunity there that can help everyone grow. That's just fascinating. It's like a field of great, dirt that's ready to have, deep roots grow in it with any kind of fruit, vegetable that you want that hasn't been done yet in the immigration field. It's right for the picture.
Well, I agree with, there are a number of subgroups within the field of immigration law where you could aggregate persons of like mind. And essentially, there has to be credibility to begin with, and I think you have that credibility for what the good work you've been doing. With 1 or 2 other people of equally good reputation and say, let's tag team this, and let's start with one group first, and then let's go to another group. If you try to do them all at the same time, it won't happen. It's got to be focused.
For sure. But that's some homework I have until the next AILA event.